G'day viewers, doing an outdoor broadcast today. Look what I've
G'day
got.
viewers, g'day viewers, it's Aussie. How you going? How you going? Thanks for letting me be on your device.
Yep, so he's been away a little while, been not in the best of health.
I've been out of it for a while. I wasn't in a sane asylum.
Yeah. He definitely wasn't,
No.
okay? Any rumours you hear to the contrary, scurrilous.
Have I had my tablets for today?
Well, you're upright, so I'm not completely sure, quite honestly.
Okay, it's good. Well, I've been out of it for a while, so what's been happening? How's our Prime Minister
Well, the
Turnbull
Prime
going?
Minister, yeah, funny you should say Prime Minister Turnbull. Not so much, actually. Got challenged by Peter Dutton in a party room spill.
Peter Dutton's the Prime Minister?
Not so much, as it turns out. His plan got thwarted. As much as no fan of Malcolm Turnbull, he did get some mighty fuck yous in before the end, because there was the challenge, and Turnbull won the first vote, but he was never going away, and after a couple of days it happened again, and it was clear Turnbull dead in the water, and he says, fine. You do a spill motion in the party room, I'm not standing, and I will resign from Parliament. And in a little end move, Dutton didn't even win the vote. Scott Morrison is now our Prime Minister. Scott Morrison, evangelical Christian, a member of Australia's only megachurch that preaches the prosperity Bible. Namely, if you're sick and poor, it's because you don't love Jesus.
Oh, I'm in a bit of trouble then.
This guy is virtually the Satan for that crew. His ill health and not really getting on well in the world is because you don't love Jesus enough.
Oh, I can sing the songs.
Yeah.
Even if I go into church and crucifixes spin around and go on fire.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
But my favourite thing is
I didn't make it happen.
Turnbull's final fuck you is resigning. Like, he's officially resigning on Friday.
Right.
And so there'll be a by-election in his seat.
Whoops.
That there is a very high chance of the Libs losing. Whether it's to an independent or Labor, there's a very high chance they won't lose. And if they do lose it, they've lost their one-seat majority in the Parliament.
Oh.
So if Labor can convince the crossbenchers to support a no-confidence motion, which is a reasonable chance, because I think even the Conservative crossbenchers would be saying at this point it's a mercy killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how sympathetic Labor will be for the Liberals to make a minority government.
Yeah.
I wonder how easy they'll make it for them.
Yeah. Now, I'd say day one, no confidence motion. Day two, no confidence motion, until they convince. So Morrison may go down as the shortest serving PM in Australian history.
Which would be funny.
But doesn't
That'd be funny.
But he still got to be PM.
Good on.
Better than Dutton, and losing the PM vote is really not the worst thing happening to Dutton this week. There's still
Did he have that look on his face, like, I did all the work, but my group member gets all the credit?
Yeah. There were awesome pictures of Dutton and his main power broker, Matthias Cormann, going into the meeting. Sure, they're coming out winners, and then the look on their faces as they've choked down a huge turd sandwich and had to come out and be seen in public.
Oh.
It was pretty good. The comparison
so Mr.
was pretty
Potato
good.
Head took off his happy face and turned it upside down.
Yep. Just took off the smiley lips, turned them around, and sad Mr. Potato Head.
Oh.
It was pretty sad. But that's not even worse. He may not even be eligible to sit in Parliament. There's still an outstanding question of if he's got a conflict of interest with daycare centres he owns that get government funding. Now, the Solicitor General gave what I found to be an unintentionally humorous estimation of his chances that said he's not incapable of serving in Parliament.
That's not a resounding...
It's not a great endorsement.
Not a, like, you're in, son.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like saying AIDS is not incapable of being a surf lifesaver.
Not absolutely incapable.
Right? It's not impossible.
It's just not looking good.
Maybe drive the boat.
Yeah.
On a good day.
Yeah.
When he wasn't tired or sick.
Yeah.
It's just not, something I'm going to put my stamp on.
Yeah. And look, on top of that, Labor are hammering him over a decision he made.
What else did the Attorney General say?
It was the Solicitor General.
Solicitor General.
He said, look, he reckons it's not definitive conflict of interest under the Constitution. He also said, but if it goes to the Supreme Court, they might disagree. So Labor are pushing for it to go to the Supreme Court. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, onto the High Court.
Yeah.
You know.
So there's that. But then there's also, when he was Immigration Minister, he intervened in a case of an AFL boss who wanted their au pair who'd overstayed a visa to get out of immigration prisons, and he did. To a major Liberal Party donor. And there are apparently 3 cases. This is the guy who has spent years fighting court cases to stop kids in detention, children of asylum seekers who need desperate medical attention. He's fought court cases to have them not get hospital treatment.
Oh, no.
But he's intervened 3 times for domestic workers, au pairs, to be given the okay to stay here. So he's a man of conviction, or possibly soon could be of some serious convictions. Who knows?
Convicted, yeah.
But also, I mean, whenever the next election happens, if the Turnbull by-election forces it sooner, or if it drags on for up to 6 months, which is about the most it can drag on, he's got a 1.6% margin in his electorate.
That's massive. I could hang on to that. I've hung on to margins of less.
Yeah.
I've had to, though.
We've had a couple of by-elections in Queensland that have shown the voting public's intention to swing anywhere from 10 to 20% away from the government to the Labor Party, which makes 1.6% way tenuous.
But the Liberal Party's been good at Queensland. I mean, they've thought about tourism with dumping spill on the reef.
Yeah.
They've thought about tourism by shutting down the advertising spend for the Tourism Council overseas.
Yeah.
They've really supported Queensland.
Yeah, and the recent polls...
And they've raised export excises, but, you know, whatever. Queensland's right up for the Liberal Party.
Yeah, recent voting patterns show you exactly how much Queensland likes them. So Dutton is not long for this public life by all means. Morrison may be the shortest serving Prime Minister in Australian politics, and while he was ultimately a loser who achieved nothing as Prime Minister, Malcolm Turnbull will go down in history as a little footnote failure. He did get some mighty fuck yous in on the way out, and you got to give him little thumbs up for that, because that's funny. If nothing else, to be super spiteful on your way out at least provides a laugh.